Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler every series of videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Oreo Upstart, we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case today. I actually picked up this particular item yesterday. I had the day off, and actually no, I didn't have the day off, but I wasn't working at that point. And so I went around and I bought some supplies and everything, and I realized at a certain point, crap, I didn't buy any tea. I basically, when I'm not doing reviews, I pretty much live off of Arizona Diet Green Tea. I just buy the big jugs of it, and then I just go through, X amount per week. So typically I'll go out to Walmart because they're a little bit cheaper. But in this case, I was like, I already went out that way. I don't want to fucking spend the gas again. So I went out to Walgreens, little cousin of Walmart. And went out, picked up some stuff. And while I was going through, I spotted this particular item. And I was like, I had to. So what is it? Why is it an Oreo Upstart maybe? Because, folks, it's from, boom, Lenny and Larry's. And this is the complete creams. They are plant-based protein chocolate naturally flavored cookies. I reviewed a number of things from Lenny and Larry's. This is their whole thing, is they do protein versions of snacks. That's their whole badoo-badoo. And to varying effects. Go watch my reviews if you're interested in my opinion on any of the other ones. But these ones in particular, I was like, so you've decided to take on the ultimate cookie, Lenny and Larry. Bold of you. Perhaps too bold. So, I'm going to be reviewing these, but I'm not going to just be reviewing them, folks, because I'm going to be honest, this was just an excuse to buy Oreos. Boom! I'm going to go over there and try it against actual Oreos. So, let's get a thing for the thing. Can we get a thing for the thing? Ha 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 ha. Something like that. So we're going to try it, I'm going to review it, and I'm going to compare it against the OG. Oh no! The actual Oreos. So let's open this up and let's see how it is. Well, it does smell like an Oreo. I mean, immediately I had a smell of alright, ooh, these are not well put together though. Oreos are typically nice and uniform. That isn't nice and uniform. It gets even worse. Jesus. These freaking things have seen some shit, man. What the fuck? Lenny and Larry, y'all are gonna have to go over there and, yeah, you're gonna have to talk to your quality control person, bud, because, yeah, man, that is, I mean, these are, fresh pack. I didn't fucking do anything to them, so. And then, this one's got to be the worst of the fucking things. Look at that shit, man. It's they just they clearly don't need to perfect their fake Oreo manufacturing. But let's give it a go. It smells kind of like an Oreo, a little bit different, though. Not bad. Not bad. Honestly, probably some of the best Lenny and Larry's cookies that I've had. Typically, they're just big-ass cookies. Well, that's fine. I like a big-ass cookie. it's kind of harder for him to hide stuff in that instance, because it's just one thing. With this, you've got the chocolate and you got the cream, so I think you can kind of work that protein in there a little bit differently. Creamy protein. It's definitely very different than an Oreo, though. Not necessarily in a bad way. The cookie is probably the most prominent flavor, and it's very cocoa tasting. Like, way more than an Oreo. Like, you bite into it, it doesn't just taste like, just that chocolate cookie. It has, like, an immediate cocoa taste, which is nice. It doesn't taste as balanced. That is one thing for sure. The Oreo, the reason why the Oreo is the perfect cookie is because despite having 2 cookies and just 1 layer of cream, it somehow manages to create this, like, perfect symmetry and fusion of the flavors. This doesn't quite get that. It's the cocoa aspect is much stronger than the cream flavor. But texture-wise, it's also different too. It's more crunchy. I'm guessing it's because of the protein aspect. They also taste a little bit drier, which is something I found with, like, the protein cookies. Like, for some reason, they have, like, a little bit of a chalkiness to them. That is present here. Yeah. The cream is what really lets this down. Like, it's nowhere near as good as a normal Oreo. I mean, I'm just going to toss that out there right now. Yeah, but it's... The cookie, I can at least kind of go with. It's like, okay, fair enough. It's a different take on it. The cream, though, manages to both be kind of insubstantial and also a little bit off-putting. But I did say I was going to compare. It also leaves a little bit of an aftertaste in your mouth that I don't know I like all that much. But let's do the actual Oreos, because if nothing else, I want to get that fucking flavor out of my mouth. Actual Oreos. Look at that. See, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. And there's way more in here than you get in there. So, come on, Lenny and Larry. Losing points, man. You're losing points. Let's open this up. It's fine if you want to take on the Oreo. Plenty have tried, all have failed, but... instantly. You're not just being hit by the chocolate. Instantly, you get the cream. The whole experience is a mix of the chocolate and the cream. And it really does just showcase why Oreos have been around as long as they have. Because they really have perfected this. They really have just worked it out to an actual science. And it's just... You kind of can't beat Oreos, I do want to try Hydrox sometime. I think that's what they were called. They were actually the original Oreo before Oreos. Oreos flat out stole the whole process from them. And they do still exist, but, like, they're hard to find. You have to order them. But, I mean, there's no comparing this against the Lenny and Larry's. These are balanced. The overall eating experience is just better. The Lenny's and Larry's, like I said, they do have certain nice things about them, but Oreos for the fucking win. I mean, it was always going to be the case. But, in regards to the Lenny's and Larry's and their busted up ass cookies, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? No. Sure-ish. I mean, for me, I don't have any particular need for a protein cookie in my life, Like, it's fine. I don't hate that they exist, but I mostly do these for reviews, the protein stuff and everything. So, for me, they're just shittier Oreos. They're less well-made. They don't taste quite as good. They do have some aspects to them they're not terrible or anything. I do want to emphasize that. But they're a very pale imitation of what they're trying to emulate. And then I don't give a shit about the protein thing, so why? Now, for other people, this is where it kind of comes into play because I get to sort of do a little customer, thing. I get to be a little bit potentially helpful. If you're just looking at them as an Oreo substitute and you don't give a shit about the protein thing or whatever, don't. Just leave them alone. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. There are other rip-off Oreos out there that are better than this. Or just get Oreos. Like, that really is what it comes down to. Just get Oreos. But conversely, if you're somebody who maybe you are, being more conscious of protein and all of that stuff and all the boo, these work. And they're not bad. Again, out of the Lenny's and Larry stuff that I've had, I think these are probably my preferred out of anything I've had by them. I don't think they're particularly fantastic, but they're not abrasive at all. They're just again, it really just comes down to, in the being basked by in the sun of, what they're actually trying to present themselves as, they're always going to just not be what that is. But what they are isn't horrible, even if they are just kind of shittily put together and, not all that great. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of the month, spend the rest of your folks. Go in there and have yourselves a truly actual Oreo-tastic rest of your life. Just do it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I don't know why I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be really stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves dealing with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you ever had Hydrox or any other Oreo off-brand cookies? Let me know. I would genuinely love to hear about it. I would almost do a if I ever get some Hydrox, some actual ones, I would love to do just do an episode comparing them against, Oreos. I've thought about doing an Oreo knockoff comparison video, but Stuart Ashens, who is a, long-standing YouTuber, somebody whose content I enjoy quite a bit, he already did that years ago, and while I'm sure that I could bring my own flair to it, and I could maybe even find some brands that, weren't available to him, he pretty much already nailed it, But I would really like to do the Hydrox thing, and like I said, if you've ever had the opportunity, please let me know. Just hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, bye.